God, these two, they're fucking addicted to their phones.
Young love.
Neither one of them have put them down.
Never lasts.
Well, she was the one who was having a breakdown when I was trying to speak to her while she was touching herself on the thing.
I was flicking myself.
Summer, I think you're leading this episode, baby.
I am, baby.
Welcome back to the And Also podcast with your hosts, Sheyda Fasari, Madeline Guiney, and Summery Dean. So grab a drink and get cozy. You have now entered the group chat.
Okay, guys, update is we are days away. Seriously, days away from being in Europe together.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, if you are watching this right now, because, you know, we record a little bit of ahead. Hopefully one day we'll be recording and releasing like immediately. But we will be in Europe together.
Woo!
Yay!
Do you guys have any fun Europe stories? Like, you both have been there. I've never been there. Do you guys have any like fun little... When's the last time you both were in Europe? Let's start there.
2018? 2017?
Oh boy. I think the last time I was in Europe, it was 20...
It was right after I went.
Sophia was Switzerland and Italy.
Because she invited me first and I said no.
I never got the invite.
It was the end of my...
And someone for a period weren't as close as I am with her now.
It's true. Sheyda and I are very close now. Very close.
Please. Everyone, please.
So anyways, I think the last time I did Europe was sometime around then. It was like 2018, I want to say.
Yeah.
And we landed in Milan, Italy, and then we did like northern Italy and then drove into Switzerland. And we were at Lake Maggiore on the Switzerland side, which was really beautiful, and it was stunning. But this time, I'm leaving a little bit earlier than the girls, so I will have been there since July 1. And then the girls are meeting us out there, I think that the 18th, the 19th?
Yeah, I'll arrive the 19th.
The 19th and then the
22nd, 21st?
Yep, so by now, we're all three together in Europe. Summer's first time in Europe.
Yeah, guys, what can I expect of Europe?
A lot of catcalling. It was like the most insane. Like my brothers and I still quote this to this day, but they're like, "Ooh, Hannah Montana!" Like I've never felt better about myself, but literally the constant like catcalling.
I'm sorry, they were calling you Hannah Montana?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They've never seen the show. I don't think she's ever been a redhead. I'm not going to say the resemblance is there. I'm not. Maybe the vibe.
I think it was just, like the only American icon they knew. And,
Party in the USA.
I looked iconic.
I will support that and give you that.
Thank you.
So anyways, I didn't get much catcalling because I feel like I look like I belong there.
Okay. And you say Italy.
Italy. I've never
Whatever
said.
helps you sleep at night.
First of all, I've never said Italy in my life.
We landed at Milan, Italy.
Okay, Okay, hold on, Corey. Did I say Milan
Scratch the
when I
tips.
was just saying? I just said we landed in Milan.
No.
Milan.
Yeah. There was a light accent.
I think the difference here and the reason why they get so upset is because I'm cultured and they're not.
Facts, I ain't. I'm pure blood American over here. I ain't never stepped foot out of the goddamn country.
My passport has stamps. I've been to a lot of places.
Yeah, well then you better hush up, baby, because you sound silly.
Oh, sorry, I'm just confident. I don't have to put on a show for other people to let them know.
Oh, baby. I think the confident person is the person is just who they are.
Okay.
Not the person trying to make others feel small. So anyways, Red.
Okay, so anyway, I should expect what in Europe? Lots of infighting.
I think the coolest thing that's gonna be for you is like the really old cities, like the castles,
I'm so excited for that.
like the streets being like still made of like the old, like the thousands and thousands year old cobblestone.
One funny story about the cobblestone streets that all of my girlfriends from abroad make fun of me for is one of my heels, my favorite pair of heels while I was there.
I know which one you're talking about.
The bottom of the heel came out. So they were like, we could always tell when this bitch was coming because it sounded like a horse and buggy was coming because my shoes on the cobblestone late at night would be
echoed.
And so, yes. And I didn't give them up.
I think we need to do a lot of historical stuff.
I'm so
like
down.
I really want to do castles. I really want to do the Highlands. Like one thing that my family always did when I was growing up that I hated at the time, but now I loved was like we always went to the oldest cities and we stayed in the oldest cities, and we really spent a lot of time like going to all the historical sites because it is so cool and it is so rare. Like with everything that's going on in Iran and all these different, like in the Middle East, with that history that's thousands of years old, it's just getting bombed and destroyed. It's so sad because that's something that you hope in your lifetime you get a chance to see, because I mean, Persia is one of the oldest history. I mean, it's one of the oldest civilizations in the history of the world. And it's like, hopefully one day it's open in a way that like everyone can go see it and everyone can go see all the things that are saved there. And when you get a chance to be somewhere, I think, I mean, obviously going to the pub and like hanging out and getting to know the people is really cool, but like taking the time to go see the historical things there is like really special and really a rare opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'm really gonna nerd out and do that. I hope my friends want to do that too.
I do. One thing about seeing those type of places, because I'll do that in America as well. Like that's why I love visiting New England. Growing up, we would always go to like the Tom Sawyer house. You know, we would just like go do these things. But for me, that kind of stuff feels so humbling, because it really is. You realize like we are one small little part of the whole entire story, and I think that's such a very humbling. It gives you a lot of perspective of like the reason why we're here is because of all the people that came before us. So I'm really excited for that. I'm excited for food. What else am I excited for? I don't know. I think I'm so excited for my friend. Like I'm excited that we haven't done a trip like this with the girls in a long time.
I don't want to shit on England. I've never been impressed by the food there.
Yeah,
It's like
that's like
bangers
one
and
thing they're
mash.
like not known for.
They're not known for
I
in
will be
England.
getting a potato jacket with all of the beans in it. I don't even like beans, but I will be.
So I don't know. I haven't been to Ireland. I haven't been to Scotland. So I don't know if their food situation is different.
Okay, liquid food. Maybe we'll do some Guinness.
Yeah. I am going to have a Guinness.
I will say the Irish are not known for
I have
their
celiac
food.
and I love beer, but I can't have beer. But I'm going to have a Guinness in hopes that their barrels are actually coming from Ireland and Scotland and whatever else, so that they don't have all the horrible chemicals that they do in America that makes me celiac.
We'll have to split some G's, you guys.
Can I tell y'all the really cool fact about Ireland?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Guinness. So my family, like from Ireland, they have a pub, like distant family has a pub there, and the oldest bars in Ireland, the one have been around the longest, get the best Guinness, because not all Guinness is the same. Like here, you know, it doesn't taste anything like it tastes there.
Yeah.
So they take the best Guinness to the oldest bar, and they trickle down to the most recent in Ireland.
Oh, so that's good to know. We got to find the oldest
You gotta
bar.
find the oldest
I will
bar
go
in
to
Ireland.
the oldest bar.
Send us those recs.
I will.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Okay, well, that's exciting. But yeah, I do think we haven't done, I mean, I've never done a girls' trip to this extent where we're like together for multiple weeks in Europe. Well, I've never been in Europe, but I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
I think this is going to be something we will remember for the rest of our lives. I think it is so uniquely, one, we're just so blessed that we can even
100%,
do this. Two, we are, it's going to be so special.
I agree. I feel like Madeline's like on the brink of being engaged. Like we're on the brink. You're on the brink of finding your husband. Like
So are you.
who knows? I feel like this is kind of like one more hurrah as a friend group. I mean, we'll continue to do it, but I think this is going to be really, really special. And I also feel like, I mean, maybe you guys feel this way too, but I feel like our friend group right now is just in such a wonderful place where we are making time to see each other. There's a lot of effort being put in. We're all getting along very well. Like, I don't know. I feel I'm very excited about it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'm very excited.
Okay. Well, anything else about Europe that we want to touch on?
I don't think so. I think if you guys have if you guys have recs, if you guys have things, send it to us. Where we're going to be together is Berlin, Edinburgh, London, and then maybe together afterwards. We haven't really decided yet, but those are the three places for sure. And if you have, I am definitely going to Mykonos and Paros, whatever the hell. Madeline likes it when I only say it the American way.
Paros.
So anyways, if you guys have recommendations for any of those places, send them in. We are so excited, and we want good experiences, and we want to see really good stuff. So
Amazing.
send it.
Okay. Well, ladies, I have a little bit of a different episode for us today.
Summer's leading today.
The
by way.
reason why this episode came about is because I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw this girl and she made a TikTok about how what she falls asleep to, okay? And she made this whole video and she goes, you know, some people fall asleep to sound machines, some people fall asleep to meditation, some people, whatever. And she goes, me, I fall asleep to 100 moral dilemmas on YouTube. So today I thought it would be fun to talk about moral dilemmas. It's gonna be this one is gonna be a little spicy because it really, let's start with this. What is morality? Okay.
I would just like to put a pin in this for 1 second. Summer recently got an iPad and she hasn't, yeah.
Oh, you mean this?
Yeah, it's her new personality.
Can you?
So
Wait,
just
my
in
iPad?
case anyone was wondering why she's acting differently, it's
want
the
the glasses
iPad.
on?
Some are actually different in blue light, I've realized.
Okay. No. Sorry guys, one moment please.
Yeah.
They're not even looking at you.
Yeah, I know, it's fine. Okay, so before we begin, let's define what morality is. So morality refers to the principles and values that guide individuals and societies in distinguishing right from wrong. It functions as a code of conduct. Who's giggling? Who the fuck is giggling?
Sheyda's face. I'm sorry. She looks miserable.
It functions as a code of conduct governing behavior, promoting fairness, and ensuring social cooperation. Morality is a deeply nuanced concept that can be understood across several core perspectives, which we don't need to go into. But basically, does everybody get the understanding of morality?
Yes.
The right and wrong, the distinguishing of right and wrong.
Yes.
And certain societies have different versions of morality. Certain religions have certain versions of morality. But what we're talking about today is more of a personal view of morality. Okay, so now that we have the definition, I'd like to open up the questions to the girls, which is this. Have you ever dealt with a moral dilemma or a moral decision that you had to make in your own lives?
I've got a good story.
I thought about this for the longest time. I couldn't really think of anything. And maybe your stories will spark something in me.
Okay.
So
Sheyda,
you
why
guys
don't
go
you start
first.
us off? What was your moral dilemma?
So this is when I was much younger, by the way.
Give us the
I
deets.
was 21, I want to say. So we're talking a good 12 years. I had a best friend at the time who I thought was my best friend. I don't even speak to this person anymore. Wish her all the best. And I was at the end of my relationship with, I think I just called him Andy, which is his name, which was like a very defining relationship for me in my youth. It went from like 18 to 21. I was at the end of my relationship with him. I just knew I had outgrown him as a person. And I had broken up with him like a couple weeks before. And come to find out through a friend of mine that he had gone for a night out and ended up sleeping with the person I thought was my best friend. And she had been my best friend through the entire relationship. And she'd also dated on and off my now at that time ex-boyfriend's twin brother.
Andy's twin brother.
Yes.
She's got a type.
Now, she was also 4 months away from getting married. And I was the maid of honor in her wedding.
She was engaged to his brother.
Nope, to a man. Just a man who wasn't.
Wait, so just to clarify, you broke up with Andy 4 months later.
No, 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, your best friend,
Yes.
who also dated his twin brother,
And is engaged to be married in 4 months.
slept with your ex-boyfriend Andy.
Yes.
Continue.
Wow. She had to get it out of her system.
And she did.
And she did.
And I am also the maid of honor at her wedding. I had just put on her bachelorette party. I had done all of it. Yes?
So sorry. Quick question here. When did you find out and how did you find out?
Those are my questions as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
The facts matter.
Andy and I, while I was moving out of his house, I lived with another girl. That girl was dating a guy who was Andy's really good friend and was out that night and told her what she saw happen.
Making out, going home together. What was the
All
deal?
of the above.
Okay.
And
Dirty bitch.
yep. So she came to me and she was like, I don't know what to do. I watched it happen because she was out with them too. So she also saw. And I was like, awesome. So I was of two minds. One, I felt betrayed But I was also friends. I was like very close with her whole family. I was very close with, not very close, but I was friends with her soon-to-be husband. I was very much like involved in her whole friend group. And I was like, I don't know what to do because I feel morally obligated to tell him what happened. I also feel betrayed by her. And I really don't want to be like a part of any of this now. Like, I don't want to be in this wedding. My feelings for her feel very much neutralized at this point. I was like, I'm out. So I, knowing this, invited her to come get coffee with me. And I just sat through the coffee and waited to see if she would say anything to me.
Sheyda's never invited me to get coffee. How about you?
Never once.
Yeah, that's never a
Grab
good
me
sign.
a Starbucks on the way over. Okay, got it.
Yep. I was like, do you want to come get Starbucks with me? And I picked her up and we went and got Starbucks. And we were sitting there and she wasn't saying anything. And I finally looked at her at the end, knowing that she wasn't going to tell me. And I just said, I think you have something you need to tell me. And she panicked and she told me, and she had all kinds of excuses. And I said, thank you for telling me, even though you weren't going to tell me. I have a lot to think about. Now, basically, get the fuck out of my car. And I drove away and I gave it some time to think. And I consulted some people at the time who I consulted. I was
Her
some people I
consultant.
found worthy of consulting. And I called her back and I said this. I said, you have deeply betrayed not only me, but everything I stand for and everything I thought that you were as a good person and a friend. I said, there are two options here. One, you call your soon-to-be husband and you tell him what you did now, right now. Or two, I'm no longer in this wedding. And if you tell anyone anything other than the truth, your mother, your sister, and anything, I will tell everyone the truth. I will tell them the truth.
As to like why you're not in the wedding?
Yes.
Oh, scary.
Wow.
And she basically said, can I please come over right now? And I said, sure, you can come over. So she came over and she was crying and she was sick to her stomach and she was upset. And I just said, you have to make a decision. Make the decision now because it's done. Like I'm done with this. And she basically decided that she was going to call and tell him.
Call him.
Call him.
He was in the military, guys. He wasn't in the state.
Oh, God, that's even worse.
Uh-huh. So she calls him on the phone while sitting in my bedroom and tells him.
So you hear it.
I hear the whole thing. And he decides to stay with her. Unfortunately, guys, I hated her at that point. And while I stayed and I was the maid of honor at her wedding, because I told her I would be if she told, which I didn't think she'd fucking have the balls to do. I got hammered and I made out with the entire bachelor party. Wow! So anyways, that was my moral dilemma. It was more about knowing something that my best friend had done that would have hurt somebody else,
Yeah.
I think. By the way, because I think the question you were going to ask was, would I have made her tell?
Or just like cut her off.
If it hadn't been my own boyfriend, would I have made her tell? And I think it's nuanced at this point in my life, being 33. I think I would have made her say something. Definitely at that point in my life, I would have made her say something because I would have been like, there's something wrong here. And I was so involved in other people's stuff. I think now I wouldn't make her tell, but I would tell her that I was disappointed and I would tell her that I think she should tell, and I would distance myself and I wouldn't get involved if he wasn't my friend as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think if he was my friend, I would want him to know.
Are they still together?
They are.
Kids?
Yes.
Well,
And from the moment of that wedding, I like woke up and moved on from my life without her.
Have you heard from your ex since then?
Yes. He very much, I feel bad saying this because he's married with kids, but like 2 years ago or maybe 3 years ago. And he, by the way, he started hooking up with the girl that he's now married to, like right after I left him.
Okay.
I actually, when I was moving stuff out of our house, I walked into our bedroom and she was in our bed.
At least he's committed to the bed.
At least he's committed to the bit. He was like, he was like, and I was so non-reactive to it. I literally opened the door because I needed him to move his truck. I opened the door. He was in boxers. She was in her underwear, but they were laying, and he was like laying in between her legs on our bed. Without blinking, I just go, when you get a second, can you come move the truck? And he goes, yes. And I was like, cool. And I just like closed the door and left. I was like, you're so fucking stupid. And it was actually so funny because it was after I found out that he had slept with my best friend at the time, and the girl he's now married to and my best friend have the same name. So he was trying to talk to me about the fact that I caught him where I caught him when he was moving the truck. And I looked at him, I go, really? So-and-so? And I said my best friend's name. And he goes, what? Like, I'm lonely. What do you want from me? I'll get back together with you right now. Like, all that stuff. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then it like came to fruition that they had the same name, and he thought I was talking about her. It was a whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
But it was quite the moment there and then. But I think today, I don't think I could be friends with a cheater, period.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
It's just not, at this point in my life, if you're in your 30s and you're not able to make decisions that long-term will hurt somebody less, like you're not for me as a person.
Yeah.
It's different when we were in our teens, early 20s. Like everyone makes mistakes, but at this point I'm like, if you haven't figured it out, I can't help you. And that's morally somewhere I cannot fathom doing to anybody else. And even when I was miserable in any relationship I've ever been in, I have never disrespected my partner in that way. And I just cannot respect someone who would do that as well at this point.
Yeah.
But I think that was my moral.
That's a great one. Mm-hmm. I think that is actually a common one of like, that is a common moral dilemma that people face, which is like, if you find out something about someone, let's say a cheating situation, like, is it your responsibility to tell? And I hear perspectives on both sides of that. You know?
I think the issue is that I think I would always want to be told, always, by a stranger, by a friend,
if
by
you
whatever.
were the one getting cheated on.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think if I was much closer to the person who was cheating, which I hope I wouldn't allow in my life, I wouldn't allow that type of person in my life at this juncture, I would tell them that what they're doing is wrong and that they need to tell the person, and then I would distance myself, and I would make it very clear, kind of the same way I did back then. I would say, now listen here, I'm backing up, and if I ever hear from anybody anything other than the truth about why we've distanced ourselves, I'll make sure everyone knows the truth. Like, don't ever, like, I'm backing away graciously and kindly when I could blow up your whole spot.
Yeah.
If I hear that you have anything negative to say about me, or that or spreading nonsense about me in order to cover face or save whatever, you will hear from me, and you won't like it. Your husband will hear from me, your wife will hear, whatever it is, they will hear from me, and you will not be happy.
Game over.
Yeah. I don't like to be played with. Don't play with me.
That's a great one.
Summer, what about you?
Okay. I don't even know if this is a moral dilemma, but I guess I'll just share a story, because I guess it was morally dilemma-ing for me back in the day. That's not a real term. Okay, so I was in high school, and also to preface this, I'm the villain in this story.
Oh,
I'm the villain.
thank you.
Oh, no.
Okay, so I really liked this boy, and there were, I really liked this guy that I really wanted him to ask me to prom, and he wasn't asking
So you're
me
like
to prom.
17.
I'm a junior in high school. This is our first prom, okay?
Okay.
And he's not asking me, but we're like kind of talking, and like, you know, I'm really into him.
Has there been any smooching?
No.
Okay.
No. And simultaneously, like, prom is coming up, and I want a date. Like, I'm not gonna go alone. Like, I want to make sure I have a date. And I have this boy that I know is so into me. Okay.
Different boy.
Different boy. He's sure.
Now, is the boy that you're into that you want him to ask you to prom, is he a senior or a junior?
He's a junior. We're all the same grade.
Okay.
We're all the same grade.
Okay.
And there's this boy So we'll call the boy that I really like France, and we'll call the one that likes me Mop. Don't worry about it. Okay. So Mop.
If you're listening, you know why she just called you Mop.
100%. No, he doesn't. I'll get there. So Mop really likes me, and he's and he's always had a crush on me. Okay. So he asks me, and we're kind of like maybe we're like a month out to prom, and I'm like, he asked me, he doesn't do any like big like proposal or anything, but he's just like, would you go to prom with me? And I go, yeah, I'd go to prom with you. Okay. So now I'm committed to this guy. In the meantime,
I think I'm actually familiar with this story.
In the meantime, France, the one that I really like, starts telling people, I wanted to ask her, why did she say yes to Mop? And so
if you really wanted to ask her, you should have asked her sooner.
True. So then I go back to Mop and I say, my moral dilemma was, do I
stay with Mop?
Do I stay with Mop? Because he asked me first.
And you said yes.
And I said yes, and I committed to going with him. Mm-hmm. Or do I do the self-serving thing and go with France because that's who I really wanted to go with? Well, go ahead.
Did you ask your parents about this? Like, did they know what was going on?
No.
Yeah.
No, and they would have given me the right answer, correct. And I, of course, made the wrong answer. So I stewed on this for a while. I think I had talked to some friends about it. I think at the time I had been getting some answers of like, well, like prom, when you're 17, you're like, prom is such a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, go with the one you want. You only get to do junior prom once, like blah, 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 blah. And so we're
driving into a wall right now.
I ended up going to Mop and saying, hey, and I told him, I said, hey, obviously we're really good friends. We were friends. And I said, we're really good friends, but like, I really wanted to go with France. And he said he was going to ask me and like, would it be the worst thing if if we didn't go together? And he was obviously so disappointed. And he was like,
oh, I'm sick from
yeah,
Mop.
That's fine. Okay, guys, here's the fucking punchline. France never ended up asking me. He never asked me.
No.
So not only did I not go with Mop, who was so sweet and literally
and brave
and like was so kind and was so excited, but France motherfucker never asked me.
He's a coward.
And I ended up having to go with another friend of mine that I didn't really want to go with. And I just remember, I at the end of it, I did tell my mom, and she goes, why would you do that?
Yeah.
And it was so then flash forward to the following year. Senior prom. We had junior prom and senior prom. So I had another guy friend of mine, and he did a proposal thing. He wrote on my truck, he wrote like, will you go to prom with me? Like it was this big thing. And I said, yes, I'm going with you. Love him. He's still a good friend of mine today. But in the meantime, I started dating my high school boyfriend. And my mom looked at me and she goes, you're not doing what you did last year. She goes, you're going with the person that you committed to going with. And your current boyfriend will just have to understand that's why he's not going to your prom. But it was one of those things, like obviously looking back on it now, wrong call. Not to be morbid, but Mop has since passed away. Yeah. So it is one of those like really sad. It's a really sad thing.
Oh my God.
So when you said Mop knows who, no, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He's watching.
He's watching, always watching. And it's one of those things where I think at the time I was like, oh, it's no big deal. I think when you're a kid, everything, at least for me, I mean, everything is so self-serving. Mm-hmm. Everything is, what do I want? What's going to make me feel good? And I think you are solid in your morality of like, no, like what, like other people matter too. But truthfully, that was just, at 16, 17 years old, I was like, what makes more sense for me? And like, I had this like fairy tale in my head of what prom was. It's like so built up, and obviously I made the wrong decision, but
and boys are so stupid.
It's one, and also like,
I was going to ask her,
but yeah, also not for nothing.
Yeah,
like
it was a month out. No, you aren't.
That was my moral dilemma, which I obviously looking back would handle very, very differently, but that's neither here nor there. So has this spurned any?
No, literally the only thing I could think about was, this is so cheesy, but in high school, I I got caught cheating, like on extra credit stuff that we would turn in for like extra points. And
I got caught cheating in high school too.
we were all like passing the same stuff around. So like some girl would turn something in, I would take it, mix the words up, and then like turn it back in for extra credit, of course. And so it didn't feel like as like I wasn't cheating on it. I probably was, but like I wasn't actively cheating on the test. It was just like to get extra points.
Yeah.
And I got caught, and the way I got caught was because she had plagiarized in the like one sheeter, and when she turned it in, she didn't get caught. When I turned it in, I got caught for plagiarizing. And so
you switched it probably back around.
yes, I like must have like moved something around, or like he didn't catch it on the first time, and like when he was going through mine, he caught it. And he was like, he had asked me, he was like, does anyone else know about this? Or like, is there anyone else involved? Like, I feel like maybe he knew that like there were other people involved. And he was like, if you tell me, if you tell me like the full story,
we'll go
I might,
soft
I
on
might,
you. We'll be lenient.
yes.
No.
Yes.
So what'd you do?
I didn't rat.
Oh,
I didn't, because I was like, I don't want to fuck her over, because then she's gonna be mad at me and she's gonna get in
That's the
trouble. And
correct
I was
moral
like,
decision.
I'm a senior. I'm already accepted into my, and like I feel like when you're in high school, they really threaten like, we're gonna tell your school about this. Like, we're gonna get you. And I'm like, doesn't that make you look bad? You're gonna fucking try and get me kicked out of my college for on extra credit. Like I didn't cheat on the LSAT. I wasn't, or whatever you take to like get into college, SATs. Like, I'm just trying to keep my GPA up.
Yeah.
And so I didn't. I was like, I was so caught off guard that he had caught me. And so it was like in that moment, he was like, tell me right now. Like, I need to know right now. And I was like,
didn't rat.
And I didn't. I'm not a rat.
Good. Who's the girl?
She's just like a random girl that I went to high school with. And like, I was actually shocked she was passing stuff around, but.
You're welcome. She didn't rat on you, girl.
Allison. Thank you, my queen. But yeah, I was very scared because they do make it seem like life or death.
Yeah.
And
that's the part about high school is like, or being young, I think so many things feel so life or death.
So serious.
But if you think about it, it's because like you don't really have that many experiences to compare it to.
Yeah.
Once you start going through some shit, you kind of get perspective of like, this really isn't that big.
You get a bird's eye view.
You know, you
and
just
you're like,
kind of,
all right.
yeah. And I think
Relax, everybody.
But that's like the sad part about being young and like kids that do end up doing things that like are permanent, life-changing and permanent, because it's like it feels so intense and crazy when you're that age.
It does feel life
and
or
then
death.
they make these
Hormones
decisions.
are real serious.
Yeah.
They'll get you.
I know. No, they really will. I know. And then like slap on like bad food and all this stuff that like doesn't help with that stuff. Then it's like you're literally in a tornado of emotions, and it feels inescapable.
It really does.
Yeah. So
Not good.
guys, these are good. These are good. Okay. Well, now I'd love to go into some more classic moral dilemmas.
And we have to give our opinions on them?
Yeah, so we're going to start off easy. So this is a very classic moral dilemma that is presented a lot in these types of like college courses and these types of scenarios.
Like philosophy classes?
Correct.
Wait, I would just like to put a pin before you read these. I saw a very funny TikTok of a girl who I think it was like a board game that she's like inherited from her aunt that was from like literally the 80s. And it was like a question game like this of like moral dilemmas. And they were so out of pocket because they were from the 80s. It's like, your retarded brother like needs to get put into a home. We can't say retarded.
You can. It's back. It's back.
But it was like stuff like that. And they're like, do you like put him into a home or do you let him live with you and your children? Like, what do you do? Or like, a homosexual comes into your small business. Do you let them buy services? Yeah, exactly. And I was like,
I just had a really bad one. I can't say.
Yeah, so I hope they're not as
By the
jarring
way,
as
guys,
that.
to be clear, we didn't say homosexual or retarded. It was
The card did.
The card did.
The card did.
Correct.
The card did.
We're just trying to give you the facts. Okay, so let's get into this. All right, ready? Which, by the way, retarded is back in a better way than what you guys think. The people that study words and language, they actually just did a recent study, and like, yes, the word dropped off for a moment, but the meaning is new again. Like in the way that like people have always meant it, in the same way that like imbecile used to mean, or like somebody that was like, there's different
mentally
words.
challenged.
Correct. So like imbecile was the correct scientific term, and then it became a slur, and then now you can say imbecile without it being offensive. That is where retard is now. So retard is back. I'm being serious. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Okay, that's okay. I agree.
That's neither here nor there.
Thank you.
Okay, classic
I
moral.
love that bit of information, by the way, Summer. Thank you.
And I'm glad our sponsorship kicked in last week.
Okay, ready? So there are 2 train tracks. There are 5 people tied to one train track. There is 1 person tied to the other train track. Would you rather pull a lever to divert a train and kill the 1 person, or do nothing and let the 5 people die? Madeline, you raise
The
your hand
worst
first.
question I've heard, the variation of this is the one person is like
We're
your,
getting there.
your
We're getting
family.
there. We're getting there.
Oh.
We're starting with strangers.
Oh, kill the single person and save the but if it's my significant other,
Okay, so.
What if it's me and Summer on the one track and then Nick on the other?
Oh! I know what she's choosing.
She's choosing Nick.
Yeah,
She's
of
fucking
course,
us.
Of course.
I'll haunt
it's
the
been a
fuck
great
out
We'll
of you.
haunt you.
I love you so
I
much.
will haunt
I
the
will name
fuck out
all
of
of my
you.
children after you, and I'll start a charity.
Okay.
And I will never tell anyone what happened.
Okay. So does
Oh, it's on film. It's on film.
does everybody agree that they would choose the 1?
Yes.
Wait, but in the one that there's someone I know.
Everybody's strangers in this example.
No, then I would choose the group. Save the group.
Yes.
Save the group, save the group. Okay, so some of the rebuttals on this one is if the train is already going towards the 5, when you pull the lever,
You become responsible.
you are now acting as God and choosing that the 1 person's life is not as valuable as the 5.
It doesn't matter.
That is what is done in governments and by people every single day and has been done for thousands of years in the history of time. And I will not be made to feel sorry that I made an executive decision about 5 versus 1.
Because at the end of the day, I still have the decision to make. You know what I mean? I still can
Doing
save those
nothing
5
is
people.
also a choice.
Correct.
I think that's great. Okay, let me ask you
What would you do?
I would save the 5 versus the 1.
Okay.
If the 1 is a loved one and there's 10 or 20 on the other track, I'm saving my loved one.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you another variation. 5 people,
I can't wait to get
strangers.
canceled.
5 people, strangers. The 1 is a child. Does that change things for you? I know that's really hard.
Fuck. Now I think the child has to die.
You think the child has to die?
What if the child's Hitler?
Whoa! I don't know.
I think the child has to go. What about you? Because I feel like you're getting, you might escape some of these hard-hitting questions, so you have to put your answer in as well.
I don't know what I'm doing. I know.
And that's why these are moral dilemmas, because it really is, like, realistically for all of these, I think there are really, really strong arguments for both.
I think as a woman and as someone who is very maternal, it would be very hard for me to kill a baby.
A child, yeah.
I would
You ever
hope.
taken Plan B before?
Whoa!
Oh my God.
We can bleep that.
Oh my God. No, you can leave
And
it.
honestly,
I'm not going to
no.
answer that question, but you can leave it.
I don't think I have.
You've never taken Plan B in
I don't
your
think so.
life.
I don't think so.
Wow.
God, I hope I'm fertile.
Anywho.
Okay, more questions.
Okay.
Would you rather steal medicine to save a dying family member or let them die because stealing is wrong?
I'm stealing.
Oh, steal.
Stealing.
You think
Okay.
I care about Big Pharma?
Yeah.
They can lick me.
They're stealing from us every single day.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather save a child you don't know or a medical researcher who could cure cancer?
The baby. If the medical researcher is too stupid to save themselves, I can't help that. The baby needs help.
I think I would say
He's
the
not
child.
sorry. He's not fucking curing cancer. I just saw Sophia walk by acting all silly. If you're not smart enough to get yourself out of the dilemma, you probably aren't smart enough to.
So
cure cancer.
the little note on this one is, would you save one life now versus millions of potential lives later?
So if you're telling me this person is going to cure cancer, if the answer is if I save the adult, they will unequivocally cure cancer.
Because we have the cure to cancer right now. They are just not giving it to us. This is a lot of big pharma talk right now.
This is some conspiracy talk.
Yeah, this is some
Yeah.
conspiracy talk. If you're telling me that they're actually going to save millions of people, and it's between saving millions of people or the one baby, I'll save the man who's going to save millions. But if you're telling me that he could one day maybe do something that could potentially be good for the people,
Yeah,
Kill
I
yourself.
agree.
I agree. Okay. These are all kind of broken up into different categories too. So we're in like one category right now.
It's a lot of babies versus other people.
Okay, so here's one. Would you rather, this one's good for us. Hi, Sophia.
Sophia's here.
Oh.
Hi, Billy's mom.
Oh, Billy's mom's here, everyone.
Billy's here.
Billy's
She's here.
Get all the angles.
Oh.
Okay, would you rather report your best friend for a serious crime or help them cover it up?
Help them cover
Cover
it
it
up.
up.
Facts.
Sophia, she's covering it up as well.
Okay, ready? Would you rather live in a society with total surveillance but zero crime, or complete privacy but rampant lawlessness?
So either the way we're living now,
versus how we did
or
100
like
years
China.
ago. Oh, what?
yeah, China, like they surveil everything.
Correct, but what I'm thinking is now we kind of live in a surveillance state now.
Oh, I was thinking it's just lawlessness now.
I think I would actually prefer privacy with the caveat that there might be some lawlessness rather than complete surveillance
I think
with
you
no laws.
misunderstood me because I agree with you.
Oh yeah, I know that you would agree with me, by
Yeah.
the way, but I didn't understand the China now
Yes.
reference. Because I think, one, total surveillance is almost like a loss. It is a loss of freedom, and it's also a loss of like, I mean, I guess the freedom is fucking lawlessness, but I don't like the idea of total surveillance.
Yeah.
Even
I
if it
agree.
means full safety. Like, to me, that's actually not like, it's not like people are learning more moral code. It's actually, they're just afraid of the repercussions.
You know, the thing that came to mind was the movie iRobot.
Oh, wait, tell me why.
Because there was like this like conformity and this lack of privacy, and everything is done for you and it's all autonomized, and there was like a lack of freedom in the sense that there was a lack of like humanity almost. And for me, and the one robot and him that like broke free of it were like finally being human again. What was his name? Sam?
Sam.
Or that was the dog's name. that
And
died.
so in my opinion, it is better for the privacy and freedom than it is for.
I agree. I think privacy and freedom with the potential of more lawlessness feels more human to me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we are animals. People
are.
forget that we are animals.
Yeah. Madeline, do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't know. I'm kind of like, I don't have anything to hide. I'm already being surveilled right now. Like I genuinely believe we live in like a surveillance state.
Okay, so let me ask you this: when you stole those goods from the convenience store that one time, it would be on
And I got
camera, and
caught.
immediately the police would roll up.
Oh. But that was an accident.
Well, who doesn't?
They wouldn't know that,
They wouldn't
though.
know that. You
cashier.
would just have to do your time.
Okay, so that's like the thing is like, am I being surveilled in the way that I'm being surveilled right now?
No, more.
No,
Full
more.
surveillance.
Full. You have no privacy. Like the TV you turn on watches you.
They do watch us.
I know.
They're all watching.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
They
and
can
like
hear
maybe
us.
now
watching.
there's no rules. I think it like depends on the like consequence of what you just said. Like obviously that was an accident, and so like if that's gonna be my consequences, I go to jail. That's fucked up.
But I think that that's the scary part of like them being able to surveil you. They, depending on who you are and what they think of you, they can turn it into whatever they want.
True.
I'm a good person, so
Well, maybe you aren't. Maybe you're married to someone that it benefits them to crush you.
you would do that.
Okay, here's one. Has to do with death.
Okay.
Would you rather know the exact moment a loved one will die but be powerless to stop it, or remain blissfully ignorant? For me, it's blissfully ignorant. I think that's actually part of something I've been like talking about recently, which is like this detachment from outcome, which I think can really expand like through a lot of different facets of life. But like, we're all gonna die one day. I don't necessarily think that the way we die or when we die is for us to know. I think our only job is to like make the most of what we do have. And I think like if you knew that like the love of your life was gonna die at a certain time and you couldn't stop it, I think you would live more, I don't know, I think for me, I think it would make me more anxious than it would like not, if that makes sense.
I want to be blissfully unaware as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to know the exact moment anyone's going to die.
Yeah.
Because I'll just be thinking about it. I'll
Yeah.
be like, I have 5 more years.
yeah,
I have
exactly.
4
She
more
has
years.
3,000
I have
more
3 more
days.
years. I'd freak out.
Yeah.
You'd freak out.
It's like too much information.
Yeah, some things are better left unsaid. Okay, hold on.
Sophia, would you want to know the exact moment someone died? Or would you want to know nothing and be just unaware?
unaware because I feel like I would adjust my. I just feel like you should always just but you should just always live like
you were dying.
live
In the
like
moment.
somebody's dying or Billy's dying. Yeah, that it's a hard one, but because think about when you find out somebody has like cancer or something, then it's just like so sad all the time. And I mean, I guess there's some positives because you could do things with them that you maybe, but there's an afterlife, ladies. Heaven,
Heaven, baby.
Okay. Now we're going to move on to more personal questions. So these questions ask what you'd give up: your time, your comfort, your relationships for something greater, or whether you even should. Okay. So this one is going to have two parts to it. Would you rather give up 10 years of your life to give a stranger 30 more, or keep your years and let them die on schedule?
They can die on schedule.
Okay. Same. Now, what if this was somebody that you loved?
Oh, fuck. I would give up 10 years for Nick. If he could live 30 more years and I could get 30 more years with him, I'm good with dying at 80 instead of 90.
I think the caveat to that is you don't know when you're going to die either.
Yeah.
Okay, but like also think about like your niece or nephew. Like, wouldn't you want them to have 30 more years and like
Yes.
sacrifice 10 years of your
Yes.
own?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say no
For
to the
random?
stranger.
No way.
Yes to a loved one.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Would you rather take also, if you guys have any like yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, what if it's your parents?
Yeah.
They've
Yes.
lived long enough.
Yes. No, I'm giving it up for them. If I know that they're gonna live 30 more years with me,
Well,
fuck
what if
yeah.
they're like 30 years and like bedridden?
I would make sure that's not the case.
Sheyda's got them peptided up.
Yeah, I got them all kinds
In
of
the
shit.
in the red
They're on
light
Shaq.
bag.
I don't think
They're
my
in the
parents
red
would
light.
want me to.
I don't think my parents would.
My
either.
parents would be so mad if I gave up 10 years of my own life. They were
Mine
like,
would too.
And I'd say, and you have 30 more years to yell at me about it.
oh,
I don't know if I would do that because I don't think it's what I would want for my kid.
yeah.
I think, yeah.
Would you do that, Soph? Give up 10 years of your life if a loved one got 30 more years, and that could be your parents, a niece, a nephew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather take the blame for something you didn't do to protect someone you love, or let them face the consequences alone?
I have been faced with this before, and I've taken the consequences, and I would do it again. Do I think that it was the right move? I don't know, because in protecting them, I think maybe they didn't learn a lesson that was important. But I think my protective instinct often overshadows maybe what's best.
I think that is a good, like, that's what I was going to say is if you're protecting them, they're not necessarily like, it also obviously depends on what I'm protecting them from.
Yeah.
But I think in a certain sense, when you protect people too much from certain things, they don't learn the consequences of their actions and they like run rampant with like poor decisions. And then it just adds up. It's like, would you rather them be punished for this action at this level versus if I'm continuously protecting them and then all of a sudden they're at the end of their rope and they've done something really bad because they've never learned the consequences.
Right.
I'm rewatching Law and Order SVU.
Oh.
Love.
Yeah.
And one of the female detectives who's like been popular through like season 10 through 15. She's like a newer one.
Is it the blonde lady?
The blonde.
Yeah.
Her sister's like a classic fuck up. Like she's dating the loser. She's asking for money. She's showing up. She's leaving. She's getting pregnant out of wedlock. She's doing drugs. She's partying all the time. And she's like, well, my sister will take care of it. Oh, I'm pregnant. I'll just move in with you. I'll just do whatever. And she ended up getting her sister like caught up in like a murder charge. And she was having a really hard time because she's like, it's my sister. Like I'm supposed to protect her and save her. And they were like, this person literally set you up for a murder charge and is expecting you to take it, and your life, you'll spend the rest of your life in jail. And she was like, but it's my sister. Like, and they were like, you have to, like, it's time. Like she has to face her own shit. You can't be her mom.
It's always like this is like another moral question, but like I've actually discussed this with one of my siblings before. If one of your kids kills your other kid, would you cover it up for them? Because it's like you've just lost one kid.
Yeah.
What would you do, Sophia? If your child killed your other child, would you protect the child who murdered the other one?
And that's all you have left.
No, that child needs to go to jail
Yeah.
or a mental institute.
What's that really famous story that they think the brother killed the little
John
girl?
Benet Ramsey.
John Benet Ramsey.
And he did.
Do you think he did?
Yes.
Yeah. That's. do you know about
I'm
that?
unfamiliar.
You're unfamiliar
Corey
with John
shaking his
Benet
head no.
Ramsey. Oh,
You think the dad did it? So just to fill you in, John Benet Ramsey was murdered. She was this pageant girl. She was like
4.
she was so young, like less than 7 for sure. She was young.
The girl's name is John Benet
John
Ramsey?
Benet Ramsey. She was so cute, so pretty. She did all
Isn't
these
this the one everyone
pageants.
thought the mom killed her, I thought.
There's a lot of theories.
There's so many theories.
Where's Dugan? Get Dugan back
There's
out.
a
We've
theory that
discussed
the
this.
brother did it. The brother was a little older. There's a theory that the dad did it. Like, but they basically sent the U.S. on this like wild goose chase about like, because also during this was like in the 80s or the 90s. I think the 80s. Serial killers were really popular, and so I think like there was like, was it a serial killer? And realistically, I think it was like a family member that did it, and it was just like it just.
And they
snowballed.
never found out.
We don't have a solid answer.
You should look into it. It's a really good case.
Okay. Would you rather give up your dream career to care for a sick parent or pursue your ambitions and hire somebody else to help them once you've made it?
Say that again.
Would you rather give up your dream career to care for a sick parent or pursue your ambitions and hire somebody else to help them?
Personally, I think both my parents would prefer someone else to take care of them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think my parents would prefer a nurse.
Yeah. I don't think my dad wants me wiping his butt.
Ooh. No.
Yeah. I would also hire someone. I would be there
Yes,
before
correct.
work, after work. They'd be in my home. I would hire in-home care.
Correct.
But I would not, and I don't think they would want me to stop my life
Correct.
and become housebound. I would take my time to really find someone who really is good at their job, really is passionate about what they do, and will really care about my parents, and make them like family essentially, and move them into my home.
Correct.
And they would have round-the-clock care, and that would be the situation at hand.
Summer?
I think I'm in the same boat where like I don't think my care is probably the best. My only thing about hiring somebody else is then like while you're pursuing your ambition, you are missing out on those years with your parent, which I think could also be tough because we're talking about care. We're not necessarily talking about cure. Do you know what I'm saying?
So there's a difference. Like, is this hospice care? Like, is this the last 3 months of my parents' life?
I don't know.
Because then I'm taking a sabbatical and I'm spending the last 3 months enjoying my parent. But again, I'm still hiring help. Like, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I don't know how to do something, or there's something they need that I'm not necessarily good at. Like, I would definitely be running the situation. Whether or not I was working, I would be with them in the morning. I'd be with them in the evenings. I'd be sharing meals with them. Like, I'd be doing work from home as much as I could. Like, I would be altering my life for sure. But I don't think I would be in a position ever in my life where I couldn't get them help.
Yeah.
Like, really good help. Not like I'm going to put them in a home and just forget about them.
Yeah.
They're going to be in my home and we're going to be taking care of my parent.
Okay.
I always joke with my parents whenever they do something I don't like. I go, I'll put you in a home.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I tell my dad, I go, you can either be home or you can be in a home in Tijuana. So you figure it out.
You could be in a good home or a bad home.
Yeah.
How you respond, it will change my decision.
Does anybody have any thoughts about these questions that we've gone through thus far before we move into the impossible moral choices?
Oh no.
Like how do these make you feel? Like I feel a little uncomfortable because I don't feel like there's really.
I think the only ones I've felt uncomfortable about is killing one over another.
Yes.
I think everything else I've felt pretty strongly one way or the other.
Okay.
And I don't think there's like a right answer or a wrong answer. It's more just like,
I think it's logically what you think is best.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because like there's stuff about like stealing, there's stuff about lying, which we obviously know are not anything that we like morally would condone, but given the right circumstances, like you just don't know what you would choose.
Yes.
Okay, so these are the impossible moral choices. These are the ones that break your brain. No good options, no clean answers, just a choice between two things you'd rather not think about.
Watch us both know exactly what we want to do.
All right, this one's kind of easy. Would you rather save your pet? So, yeah, let me try that again. Would you rather save your pet or a stranger's child from a fire?
Stranger's child.
Stranger's child for me. Sheyda's got a lot.
Sophia, a
Sheyda,
new
be
dog
realistic.
Sheyda's got a lot of pets, but come on, we're talking about a child and a. Well, I don't know. Some people really feel strongly that their pets are their children.
Do I know if this kid's nice?
Yeah. Is it a good kid or a bad kid?
He's like the most annoying kid in the world.
I guess
Sheyda, answer honestly.
it would be really hard for me, but I guess I'd save the human being because of societal pressure, not because I really wanted to save the kid more than I wanted to save my dog or my horse or anything else.
Okay. Would you rather end world hunger but cause overpopulation or maintain the status quo?
I feel like they kind of come out to the same equation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're now overpopulated
Yeah.
and like things are not going to be any better overpopulated than they are if people are starving. I don't know. I don't know. Cause you don't know like what the causation of being overpopulated, like the effects of that.
I agree with you. I don't really think there's a difference.
I don't
think there's a difference.
I think either
We're already
situation is bad.
overpopulated.
Okay, here's a good one. Would you rather be able to cure any one disease but give yourself that disease or cure nothing?
So like I
You
could
want to cure any disease, but you get the disease you cure,
Correct.
but then there's a cure.
It doesn't have to make sense.
you can't take the cure.
Would you
Is
rather be
essentially
able, like your blood, they're using your blood, it would save literally everybody from this disease, but the caveat is that you essentially die. Or you could cure nothing. You know what that actually kind of reminds me of? Is that Will Smith movie. Is it iRobot? Or I Am Legend?
I Am Legend.
Because remember, like wasn't that kind of the
He
situation?
stays and he cures.
Oh, you know what this actually also reminds me
I
of?
think he dies at the end, right? Doesn't he die
To get the cure out.
To get the
yes.
cure
get the
out.
cure out?
Also similar concept in The Last of Us, if you guys have watched that.
I couldn't finish that
Which is the one young girl has immunity in her blood. And so they go on this large trek to bring her to these doctors. The world is falling apart. It's post-apocalyptic. But when they get there, the doctors go, no, she's going to have to die in order for us to save all these other people. And Pedro Pascal, daddy, decides to rip her out of the scientist's lab and goes, fuck that, we're not doing that.
And he
Even
saves
though,
her?
saves the girl, even though her blood could have cured
Everybody.
a lot of people.
So I think if it were just me, I would give myself the disease and just live out my days happily ever after. I think if it were like my nephew or something, I would Pedro Pascal it and I'd say, you can all fucking die.
Yeah. You know what's so funny is when it's your own self, there's kind of this like, I don't mind.
Yeah.
But when it's somebody you love, you're like, fuck that.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not doing that to them.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Would you rather prevent every future war, but erase all memory of past ones, or remember history knowing wars will continue?
So wait, hold on. So either no more wars at all, but we don't ever remember war.
Correct. So basically, like, you know how they always say, like, oh, history repeats itself and wars and blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Basically, we're saying we don't give a fuck about any of that. That's all gone. Erase. No future wars. Or we remember some tumultuous past, knowing that it's going to cause more wars in the future.
I guess I guess if there's the alternate reality where there is no war,
Do we just forget and move on?
I think we could forget and move on. I mean, I think that's like the thing of like, do you hold on to the past and have a shitty relationship with your significant other, or do you let go and build something better? I think if the option is you can build something better if you let go of the past, you do that.
I think that's smart. I think it's a good framework. Madeline?
I agree.
My only fear with this scenario is like something about humans feels like war is inevitable. So it's like, whoa.
I was going to say, I wasn't going to say that, but you keep going.
So there's a part of me that's like, are there really going to be no more wars and conflict? I don't know. I just feel like.
Yeah, but that's the insane scenario you're giving me, which is that if I do this, there is no more
wars, right?
We are all at peace forever,
Right.
Indefinitely.
Which
to the
I
end of
think
time.
is the moral. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I think sometimes like remembering the consequences of like what happened in the past is, I I guess, good for the future. But I mean, not if we're still having wars.
Yeah, and also
you know what I
not
mean?
if the future will guarantee there are no more wars. There's no reason to remember it.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you rather save 100 strangers today or guarantee that your bloodline survives for 1,000 years? My primal self says guarantee 1,000 years.
That could be 1,000 lives.
Yeah, that's 1,000. That's 1,000 lives. And just because it's my bloodline doesn't mean I get to make it less important than the 100.
But it was 1,000 lives though, right?
No, it was 100 lives. Or
100
1,000
lives
years.
now to ensure that your bloodline lives 1,000 years.
Yeah. My bloodline.
My bloodline.
My
because that's
bloodline.
more lives anyways.
Yeah. And I would raise them all right. There could be serial killers in that 100 lives.
Yeah, it could be 100 serial killers.
Okay.
100 bad people. I just did a justice
Yeah,
to
like
the world.
what if there was 99 great people and one suicide bomber?
You never
They
know.
all gotta go.
You never know.
They're going.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a couple more.
Ask us the hard-hitting ones.
Would you rather live forever knowing everyone you love will die, or die young so you never have to experience loss?
Die young.
live forever? Yeah.
You outlive Nick. You outlive me. You
know.
outlive
Goodbye,
Summer.
bitch.
You have nothing left.
Yeah.
You're just like 1,000 years old and no one you've loved is ever around.
I know.
And you're just by yourself.
Yep.
You're just lonely.
There are other people that live forever.
Can I tell you a sweet story?
You just don't know.
Oh my God.
What? The ginger says something ominous. Can I tell you guys a sweet story?
Yeah.
So the house that I lived in high school and middle school, we lived next to this woman who like was an avid gardener, and she was older. Her name was Mrs. Julian, and she was soft-spoken, and she was an angel and all this stuff. And she had married somebody that was 20 years older than her when she was 20, and then he passed away when like 20 years later. So she was 40 as a widow. Her husband had died at like 60, whatever. She ends up getting remarried, and they're just living in this like peaceful life. They've got a ton of money, and they're just gardening their days away. A couple years ago, her husband passed away. So she's in her 70s.
Oh, and there's two dead husbands.
Two dead husbands. And we would go over often, and she would cook us breakfast, or we'd have tea. Like, she was just like the most proper, classy woman you'd ever meet in your entire life. And she spoke very softly. And so we go over after her second husband had died, and she goes, you know, I'm just really happy that Jack went before me so that he wouldn't have to experience the loss that I'm having to feel right now. She goes, and it was like almost like she was like grateful for it. She was like, I'm just happy that he doesn't have to experience this because I know I can handle it. I'm just happy he doesn't have to experience like losing me.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuck with me because I mean, I think like we're so young now, we're like at the start of our lives and our love and all this stuff, like we haven't even begun yet. And then you get to the end of your life and you kind of have to start thinking like the one person that you're with for however many years, like one of you is going to go at some point.
Nick and I are going at the same time.
Like The Notebook.
Correct.
I dream goals.
Yeah.
That's old people goals. Goals.
Yeah.
Just take us out at the same
Yeah.
time. God. Anyway, I wanted to share that.
Do you guys think you'll miss me when I go?
No.
Yeah, of course. And it better not be soon.
God, I knew I should never have trusted a ginger. It's really paying me back right now.
Of course we'd be sad.
Okay, let's see.
How'd you go?
You killed me.
Goodbye.
Okay, we'll
And
end
I
on
got
this
away with
one
it.
because this one's kind of like, I don't know, it has to do with yourself. Would you rather always make the morally correct choice but never feel certain about it, or always feel confident in your decisions but sometimes be wrong?
I think always be confident in my decisions because like I can only make a decision with like the information that I have. And at that time I thought it was the right decision. And I can look back and say, wow, I really made a bad choice.
Yeah.
Like that was not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But I would rather do that than like, because you're right, sometimes there are gray areas where it's like if the moral decision is to save the baby, but I want to save the 50 other people that might live, like that to me is the right decision.
Yeah. I think what we've noticed in like some of these questions is that like there are a couple sides to it. I could see arguments for both sides. And I think like that's the hard part about morality is it's kind of this thing that we've agreed upon, like there's rights and wrongs, but given the circumstances, we don't really know what we would do until we're in that position. So
It's so true. I actually had this conversation yesterday, like being inside like the mind of someone who was born in like the 1700s and they think that like it is okay to have like slaves and that sort of thing. Like that's like such a scary thing to think. Like when you're born in that, like would you grow up and think this is morally wrong, or would you think that this was like justified because it is the world in which you were raised?
Right.
Like and it's so interesting to think about, like, because cultures are so different, right? Like, you know, what is the mutilation that they do to women in
Genital mutilation
genital mutilation in Africa? Like they think as a society, like to this day, like that's a morally not only acceptable but like the correct thing to do to these women. And they're growing up in a society where that's normal and that's expected and that's correct. And I just am like, could you live in a place like do you live in a place really, I mean, in your mind that is correct? You're like, that's right.
Right. Insane.
So interesting.
Well, any wrap up thoughts here, ladies?
I think that was my wrap up thought, guys.
I love it.
I have nothing.
Okay. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for 100 moral dilemmas. I hope this made you think a little bit more about what you would do, because I think, again, it's kind of a personal, individual experience.
And also write into us if we said something that you like really disagree with. We're curious.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think where, depending on where you are in your life, like if you're a mom, if you're not a mom, if you're a dog lover, you know, like some of the things we might have said is like, you know, if you're in the medical field, you're like, what? You wouldn't save a bunch of people? Like I see these people dying all the time. You know, I think there's like different scenarios based on our own perspectives, but that's the beautiful thing of life. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, follow, share with everybody that you know. We'd love to keep bringing you episodes, and we have so much fun doing it. Right now, we're probably in Europe. We're definitely in Europe. And we're living it up. And so I don't know, maybe we'll get an episode, a little recap episode or something like that. I don't know. All right, anyway, love you so much, and we'll see you next time. Mwah.
Bye.